I think we'll start with the draft though. If you watched our live draft on Instagram, man, thanks. We had fun. If you didn't, you're missing out. Like, what's going on? We waited. We waited for you.
Yes.
We had fun though. And we've been calling it for 4 weeks. Najee Harris is a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah, I think it went as expected for us. No QB dropped to us. Najee Harris was there.
Yep.
Harris got picked up. ETN came off the board right after him.
Right after.
It's good. I'm good with the pick.
So now that he's here, is it what we hope for? Is he the guy?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, until I see something otherwise, I feel like he can be really good. He can be big time. I'm excited.
And also, what I didn't know about him before until he got drafted, and I've seen all these interviews, I really like his personality. He seems very humble, very down to earth. I can't remember who it was. Someone got drafted in the first round. I remember he had like a white suit on and he had the dark sunglasses and he was just sitting there like this. And when he got drafted, all his family was jumping around excited. He just got up, didn't say anything. He was like pulling a Richard Sherman. I don't know. That ego. Najee Harris seems very down to earth. I love his personality. I love the way he talks. We've heard the stories about him in the homeless shelter this past week, throwing the party there. He seems like a cool guy, and I like his. I think he'll fit well. He doesn't seem like someone we're going to have to worry about an ego growing out of control with right now.
No, he has potential to be one of the best backs in the league. I think.
And I'm very excited for it, which is confusing because a lot of people say can't draft a running back in the first round. But if you're drafting a franchise running back, that's going to be one of the best backs in the league.
There's exceptions to that rule.
That's a first-round pick.
Saquon, Ezekiel Elliott, they were drafted in the first round, early in the first.
Yeah.
I think not
that guy.
He's good.
It's very exciting. What was confusing, that one is planned. In the second round, the Steelers drafted a tight end, Pat Freiermuth, I think is how you pronounce his name. I was kind of unexpected. Everyone was thinking center, offensive tackle in the first or second round.
Yeah, you had needs up front, up in the line. Strange pick. He's not much of a blocker either. He's more of a receiving tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of Gronkish.
His nickname's Baby Gronk.
He could be all right. I probably wouldn't have gone that way. I wasn't expecting that, but
seemed odd. There's a lot of good tight ends that went later in the draft that they could have picked up.
It is, and we had Eric Ebron, and I know he got a case of the drops coming the second half of the year, but
yeah,
he's still a good tight end. But maybe they're building for the future. I mean,
seems that we got a very young offense. That's for sure.
Some offensive weapons if you can put it together.
Well, with their next picks, they did go line. They got center Kendrick Green, big guy. Seen a lot of good stats about him. Apparently, in his whole career, he's had I don't have it in front of me. He's allowed 3 sacks or something like that in his entire college career. And we went offensive tackle Dan Moore Jr. So they did adjust the line.
3rd and 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Got a linebacker after that. Buddy Johnson, defensive tackle. Isa Loudermilk. I don't know anything about most of these guys, but I've heard a lot of good things from people that do about Loudermilk. And also Quincy Roach, which was their next pick. Yeah.
People Quincy really Roach. Like him. They feel like he fell really far, and he was a top 100 pick.
I saw him play a few times. He's pretty good. He's not one of these guys that jump off the stat sheet, when you look at his measurables, as far as speed and size. But he's got a nose for the ball. He's always around the ball. He makes plays. He could be a guy that could develop to be a good starter.
It's one I saw a lot of people saying they felt like he was a top 90, top 100 pick in the draft, and he dropped pretty low.
Yeah.
So
I like it. That's a good pick.
Yep. And then they went CB Trey Norwood, had some depth at that position. And punter Presley Harvin, who is huge and does not look like a punter. He looks like a linebacker.
Yeah.
I heard he's a really good punter, and apparently Pittsburgh is going to like him. I saw a bunch of girls on Twitter calling him thick with double Ks. So he's already got some fans.
Yeah, it was a good, interesting draft. Good draft.
Yeah.
You got a replacement. What did we get?
Some people were mad at the draft. But you know, those people that say offensive line, we should have done that in the first, second rounds. We should have addressed it. It's a big need. They won't be saying that, you know, next year when Pittsburgh is last or second to last in the league in rushing again. Your line doesn't matter much if you can't have anyone that can run out of it. And Benny Snell Jr. is not your, he's not your first back. So
They got a good. I'm thrilled with the first pick.
offense looks really good. They look scary good. I don't know how the line's going to be. We got new guys. We'll have to see how Kendrick Green, if he can step up, Dan Moore Jr. We'll have to see if our new tight end can block. I mean, you said he doesn't block a lot, but people have been saying he's huge. So we'll see. I'm happy. I think they addressed their needs. They need a running back. They got a running back. They got a center. They got an offensive tackle. They got some depth on defense. They got a tight end behind Ebron, who people call Baby Gronk. People say he's like Heath Miller. He's an old school style tight end. So
hopefully, yeah. I mean, not bad draft. Got a bunch of young players, young playmakers on this team. And you add in the 2 or 3 young receivers if you include Juju.
mm-hmm.
And then the defense looks really good. They added linebackers.
If our offense, our wide receivers were as good as they started last year, and if Najee Harris is as good as we think he could be, that's a dangerous offense.
Yeah.
Does anyone in the division have the potential talent we do on offense?
Offense?
Mm-hmm. Bengals, the Browns, Ravens.
Browns got a good offense.
Browns do have the 2 best running backs, arguably, in the league. They got a good 1-2 punch there. Their wide receivers, though.
If Odell plays like he can play, he's
I
good.
think he might be past that, though. It's been a couple years since we've seen Odell play like
Jarvis Landry, he's good. David Njoku, he can be pretty good. And Baker, I think he's improving.
Mm-hmm.
Brown's tough, but I feel like we're pretty young now, which I like the future now for offense. If these receivers can keep developing,
mm-hmm.
Johnson and Claypool, adding Harris there, a lot of good pieces. The defense,
Ben's the wild card, really. Can Ben's arm hold up? Can Ben pull off?
Hopefully he can hold up. But I mean, you got a lot of pieces there for a QB in the future.
Yeah, I mean, they could be looking to the future. A lot of people were talking QB. You know, you got your young wide receivers, you got your young running back. You draft a young QB next year, and you're pretty set up.
Yeah. Defense needs, I think corner's still a kind of a suspect spot, but
yeah.
I feel like that can be our weakest spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something you can address later on. Maybe make a trade, maybe wait till the next draft.
I thought it was a good draft. Would you put a grade on it?
A grade on this draft, I would give it B minus.
B minus? I think I would give it an A. A minus.
Give it an A.
I feel like you addressed all your issues. And again, a lot of these players in the later rounds, I don't know. But from what I've heard, a lot of people felt like they went way after they should have. So a lot of potential starters.
Give it a B minus.
We'll find out. B minus and an A minus.